All right, welcome everyone to the comic panel. I'm Cody,
I'm Jacob.
And I'm Shawenta.
and for those who are listening for the first time, we are a bi-weekly radio show podcast comic book club covering any and everything regarding comics and manga. We have each co-host pick a book that follows a specific theme and review a book for every episode. Then we wrap up the theme with a retrospective episode covering our opinions and favorite moments from each of the books. This is the second book in our latest theme of cults. Today we are reviewing Ultimate X-Men 2024, Volume 1 and 2, written and drawn by Peach Momoko, with translation from Zach Davison. This is part of Marvel Comics' new Ultimate Universe that recontextualizes the Marvel Universe by having its history and geopolitical landscape altered by a nefarious Reed Richards, aka the Maker. So, to get into what this book is about, Ultimate X-Men follows Hisoako Ichiki, a young girl in Japan that is just graduated middle school and entering high school, and recently her best friend Tsubasa, who committed suicide. At her middle school graduation, she gets a note to meet a mystery person at a local temple. She decides to go and is confronted by a shadow figure who starts telepathically stalking her and making her feel guilty for her friend's death, but not before giving her a charm that was originally given to her by Tsubasa that now allows her to manifest a psionic exoskeleton that resembles the charm when she is in danger or stressed. Hisaoko is soon befriended by a girl named Mei, and they find out that they are both mutants through their classmates Nico, Natsu, and Mori. Nico is part of a family of magic users, and Natsu and Mori are part of a mutant cult known as Children of the Atom. Together, the group forms the X-Men to take down the Shadow King and the cult that he resides in. After a young member of the cult videos a speech given by their leader, the Master, saying that they were going to come out of the shadows and the world was going to end, and then releasing that video online. This results in a power struggle within the cult, and some mutants from the cult joining up with Mei, who takes on the alias Maystorm. They are then confronted by the Shadow King. Meanwhile, the Shadow King also confronts Hisaoko in person and corrupts her with his shadows, taking over her mind and body.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Cody, this was your choice. Why did you
Yes.
choose it?
Well, I started reading this run of Ultimate X-Men when it started coming out, and I remembered that there was a cult element to it. So I was like, well, this will be potentially a good vehicle for the theme. And I enjoyed it. I really like Peach Momoko's art. It's really hard for me when she draws a cover for a book, even if I'm not reading that particular book, to say no. But yeah, that's kind of basically why I picked it. I was a little bit nervous because I remembered that, it's really more of a character-driven story and has, and I'd only read up to, maybe issue 5 or 6 when the cult first gets referenced. So I was like, well, I don't know how important the cult is going to be for the cult.
How culty it is.
Yeah, for the cult theme. But yeah, so I was like, we're just going to try it out and see. And so that's also why we read 12 issues when maybe usually we might read 6, because we wanted to really make sure that we dug into it for our theme. But yeah.
Yeah.
But now we can talk about the premise of the book and what we liked and disliked. So yeah, why don't you guys jump in first, Jake or Shawenta? What stood out to you on this book?
I took a lot of notes while reading this book.
Oh, really?
I had a lot of feelings.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know if that's a good
Positive
thing.
feelings or
I felt a lot of emotions that I don't think the book was supposed to bring out in me.
Okay.
Yeah, so it has a little bit to do with the art, so we won't get into that part yet. But it's interesting while listening to you talk about the premise of the book and just the general like things that happened. And I'm like, but did that happen like that?
That's fair. I will say when writing the copy for like the summary, it was like, oh, how do I squeeze everything into this, where it's like I don't want to be overly detailed but also not like under detailed where I'm not, describing what's happening, but there's a lot. There's a lot that happens. I knew that I was skipping over certain things, like the fact that, there's more like suicides relating to the death of Tsubasa, but like, then we find out that they aren't really suicides after all. Stuff like that.
So even the part about the fact that Reed Richards or whatever has made this new alternate world, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
No hint of that whatsoever in the story.
No. Yeah. It's
Is it like, do you think it's something that eventually will be revealed?
I mean, it just really creates, it's the connection to why it's part of this ultimate universe kind of thing. It's much more present in the other books like Ultimate Spider-Man and Ultimates, which is like the Avengers basically, in those books. But it also is why the girl Viper is the guy, the person that is in charge of the master guy. She keeps showing up because she's part of this, the Maker's Council, basically, the leaders of the world.
So, as far as like typical X-Men world, what's different about this one?
A lot. Because, basically with the whole Maker stuff, he traveled back in time to 1963 and prevented a bunch of stuff that would have, created superheroes or necessitated the need for superheroes, such as like he took care of like Galactus and the Kree-Skrull War and stuff like that, so that like basically they weren't problems and therefore nobody had to show up and solve them ahead of time.
Well, there's no superheroes kind of thing.
Yeah, basically.
Are mutants known in this world?
No, they aren't.
Then why does that girl keep using that word?
Which one? Nico?
Okay, Nico. Why does she use that word?
Well, because like basically the children of the Atom know that mutants are a thing because everybody that's part of the cult is a mutant. And Nico knows because of the research that her grandma did.
Do you think Reed Richards just like told them, like the children of the Atom?
So, at least
did they discover this through science?
At least in this universe, it seems that Akihiro was the first mutant, and you might be like, well, who's that guy? And
is it the guy who looks like Wolverine?
He's the guy that looks like Wolverine. In modern continuity, at least, he is the son of Wolverine. I don't know if this version is, because then it's like, well, if you're the son of Wolverine, then you should have... Then that should...
There is Ultimate Wolverine, too, which I don't know where that fits in.
Right, because that Ultimate Wolverine, if I'm remembering correctly, they merged together Wolverine and Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier. So I'm pretty sure that Ultimate Wolverine is just Bucky in this case. So I don't know where Logan is in this universe, but And maybe Akihiro is Logan. No, because Logan's supposed to be Canadian. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. There's certain things that I think because it's being overseen by one guy, which is Jonathan Hickman, is like the editor of this line of comics. But ultimately, there's creative liberty under each book, to kind of make their own world in the story. As long as it's
okay, so they're not all happening on the same Earth.
Well, no, they are all happening on the same Earth. I was meaning a little bit more figuratively. Like, you have some creative license as the writer of your particular book. You don't have to
within your section.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like Ultimate Spider-Man does a kind of weird thing where a in-universe month takes place in between every book.
Yeah, I think that's actually
I don't think
how
that's the case for this one.
I think that is how this book is working.
Well, this
cool.
is getting into stuff
I hope you tell us this.
There's a weird time skip in I want to say book 3 or 4. That's just we just skipped 2 years. It's fine.
Oh,
nothing important happened.
Wait, when you say book 2, 3,
issue 3 or 4
of this comic?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think that's...
I'll believe anything you say.
I bookmarked it because I'm like, wow, that's weird. Why did they jump forward 2 years?
Yeah, please tell me about it.
Oh, what scene starts that off? Is that them joining high school or whatever?
Yeah, it's right before we learn about May's backstory.
Oh.
Here, I'm gonna find it real quick. I'm working
on it. Okay, it might be implied that it's 2 years later from a flashback we're not told is happening. I guess we're supposed to imply that from it's in a weird sepia tone.
Yeah, I think that's what I understood. See here, I'm still finding that issue. Yes, because
it's issue 3.
Yeah, okay, I see. Yep. That is when Tsubasa is still alive, I'm pretty sure, because I'm forgetting the guy's name that's the Shadow King, so I just keep referring to him as the Shadow King. Shinobu, thank you.
Because of course.
Yeah, so Shinobu is in that scene, and basically, it's revealed later that Hisaoko does not remember Shinobu.
There's not actually a time skip.
Yeah. That was a flashback that was unsaid. And then we go back, so it's 2 years later from that flashback, but that's the present day. And then we flash back again to several months ago.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know why you put those so close together. I understand why, because that's how the story told, because you're asking about how you got your powers, and we see that in the flashback then, but having that in the same issue where you have your flashback to 2 years ago, it's weird.
Yeah, and also I throughout, and I've actually, when I was reading this for the show, this was the second time I was reading this issue, because I read it in print when I was collecting them, and both times, even though they were saying the name May, because she didn't have the white hair, I kept, once I got to the point where she got the white hair, I was like, oh, right. I didn't realize who we were following here.
I mean, yeah, anytime you get weather powers, your hair turns white.
Yeah. Important.
Why?
Yeah.
I totally, even when Cody, when you said her charm from her friend Tsubasa gives her armor.
Mm-hmm.
Is it really connected to the charm?
Good question. That's a good question.
It seems to be what awakens it. I don't know if it's actually that, but
yeah, it's, because it does seem like, unlike in most X-Men media, these powers do seem to be somewhat related to what's going on in the person's head a little bit, because it's May, for instance, she got weather powers because she was just reading about that universe's version of Storm.
Wait, really? That's why she got the powers?
Yeah, because she was on her phone. It had said it was like, some sort of like Twitter or Instagram
I saw
mock-up.
like Storm or whatever.
Yeah, freedom fighter in West Africa seemingly has power of the storm, and that's who that is. It's she gets featured in Ultimate Black Panther. But
So you just gotta read about it. You just gotta think about it.
Buy more of the books.
well, I mean, it doesn't matter. You don't have to buy more of the books. It's just that that's on.
Yeah,
her
I don't
phone.
think the story's gonna tell me.
Yeah, but yeah, so it's like, I think that though she wouldn't have necessarily manifested those powers if she wasn't like, that's how I want to be, how I want to protect myself, in some capacity.
Why does anybody get any specific power? I mean, that's not the point of X-Men. You're not like choosing your power or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it feels weird to say there's a connection between her like looking at that social media and her getting that specific power.
Right.
I thought she was just looking at the news.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know. To me, at least, that says that she was like influenced, like she's a fan of that person, and what she's doing in the world, and so
Therefore, it's more likely to manifest in that way.
Yeah, I mean,
is that an X-Men thing?
No, not really, because
Okay.
you're usually born with your power, and it manifests like in puberty, basically, unless it manifests early sometimes.
But not in this world, because Shinobu something blood something.
Yeah, there's weird
Okay.
blood stuff. Like, I guess you have to get exposed to the blood of Akihiro in order to make your mutant powers manifest. But also at the same
Was
time,
the cat in his house just like biting on Akihiro?
yeah, great question. I don't know. Yeah. And also, yeah, what
Should have gotten cat powers.
how did did she get blood?
Maybe the blood's in the Omamori?
Maybe.
Does the blood have to touch her, or does she just have to have the blood? She can't seem to get rid of the charm anyway, so she's totally fine.
Yeah, it does seem linked to her also, like...
Which, I don't know, it might just be Shinobu doing something.
Yeah.
Okay. What? So, I mean, Nico recognizes them as mutants too.
Mm-hmm.
End of issue. Consequences? Question mark. Is there any consequences to this? I mean, we see later, like, once social media blows up, people are like, have signs, which, is the scariest thing ever. But what's the actual consequences beyond, like, family being sort of disowning you or something? Like, societally, are mutants a thing yet? Or are these parents just like, this is crazy, get out of here?
Yeah, I mean, no, they aren't a thing, really. They are...
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is the start of them being feared and hated because they're different, but... yeah, basically, and part of that is that, like, we see that, like, the way that Hisoako gets treated by, like, one of the girls that's setting up the festival, that it's like, oh, you're part of that cult because you're a mutant, and it's like, no.
Okay, but these kids cannot hide their powers for, like, 5 seconds.
True.
And they don't even seem scared half the time. I don't know. It just, like, the one girl sort of being bullied, and then in the street, I'm forgetting their names, Bunny Girl and Eye Patch Girl.
Oh, or Mori and Natsu.
It's so easy to find mutants in this world. You just walk 5 steps and your classmate's one. But, like, yeah, they're being bullied on the street side, and the one girl kind of knows not to push too far, and the other one doesn't, and so goes to throw, like, a juice box, and then immediately gets, like, Cyclops eye laser or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, damn, just get hit by a juice box.
Yeah.
There's no fear though. That's the thing.
Well,
Like,
she
I
at
don't know.
least
There's no
does not
consequence
have
afterwards.
great control over her powers. The knockoff Cyclops.
I mean, matricide immediately later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's rough.
I mean, I did like, not that like that was a super fun part, but like the uh like breakdown she has was like, oh, this is like a book that is making me feel something. Like I actually care, like not about her, but like, wow, that sucks. It's like, oh yeah, mutants, being a mutant in this world is not just, oh, cool powers. It's,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I am being like outside of my control, like further separated from my family and community. It's like, oh, that's neat.
I find a lot of the side characters more interesting than Hisoako. As far as like, I'm not sure what her personality is. Like, someone calls her depressed in the beginning, but she never really shows any signs of that to me. I mean, May walks up to her 5 seconds after she's daydreaming about her friend who killed himself, and then they become friends. So, she's doing fine. Just gotta stumble on another main character. But so she has that scene where, like you said, she has the meltdown. Hisako, like, they're bullying her. They're like, oh, you think you're too good to even help out with this school festival or whatever. And so she breaks some of the displays. Just because, probably stress buildup or whatever.
Yeah.
Acts out. And then the teacher's just like, okay, write an essay to say you're sorry. And then she walks out and May's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you did that or something. I don't remember what she says.
Oh, she says next time I'll help you.
Yes, that's probably more likely it. Yeah. And Hisako, like, is like, what does she say? She's like smiling as she said it. It's like the scariest thing.
Oh, I don't know what exactly.
God.
Yeah,
she says, I feel like I lose control sometimes. I might hurt someone for real while smiling. It was like, whoa.
Interesting.
It's like the one time where I was like, oh, okay, there might be something going on there. I mean, I get that they're kids and stuff.
Yeah.
And they talk about, like, finding this cult, maybe, and they're like, the moment they talk about finding this cult, and then immediately, oh, their classmates are also part of this cult, actually, if you didn't know. And May is like, oh, I can't wait to fight this cult. And I think it's Nico who's like, we don't even know if we're going to fight this cult yet. We just need to find out if they're real. Oh, yeah. And then that's when Mori and them are like, we're part of the cult, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, doesn't it? Shinobu immediately shows up then, too. And this is the first time where someone's like, hey, that guy's part of our cult, too.
Yeah.
That's Shinobu. And they're like, oh, that guy that's been stalking us. Immediately ID'd.
True. Yeah. Helpful to have people on the inside.
It's helpful that everybody has all the exposition available.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're kids. I keep trying to say that to myself. They're kids, so they're not gonna like come up with some great plan. But also, what is their goal? What are they doing? They just sort of stumble on information most of the time.
Yeah, and I mean, it's maybe realistic too, but Hisako is like basically like there's a part, I can't remember where it was at, but she's talking to May and she's all like, well, hopefully this will just all blow over and it'll be fine. We can get back to normal. And it's like,
well, also her being like, oh my God, this shadow keeps showing up. It's scary. It's linked to my friend who, was bullied and how bad that was. And the shadow keeps leaving her notes to go places. What's his plan anyway? Like, you got her here. Now what?
Oh, I mean, it's weird, creepy stalker stuff where...
I mean, he is like a very powerful psychic.
Yeah.
Trap, though!
Huh?
What's the trap? They just run away and then end of scene.
Well, yeah.
I'm thinking about the, like, abandoned school thing.
Oh, yeah. I think that it's to, like, wear her down mentally, like, over time, basically.
He can just do that anytime, anywhere.
Well, yeah, but it's not stylish then.
Yeah.
Not even stylish when he does it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Boring
know.
trap.
To me, it's not to put them in physical danger, but to make them feel like they will be put in physical danger, and just like always have that fear that it can happen at any time, any place.
Are you talking about the book's intentions or Shinobu's intentions?
Shinobu's intentions?
Okay.
Because I mean, at the very end, he like basically gets Hisoako like to, submit more or less. Like, he's shattered her will.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I mean,
I know something happened. Like they had a big sort of showdown.
yeah, it's here, I'm scrolling to the end here, but
Yeah, very end.
yeah, it's the very end, and he's like, further like reminding her of like where she's seen him before and the interaction they had, and where she didn't take the lost charm, because she was embarrassed, but then she hurt Tsubasa's feelings. And he admits that basically he's the one who killed Tsubasa through his powers, giving him a tiny mental suggestion.
Okay, I see what you mean now.
Yeah.
I don't know how I like forgot about these final pages.
But yeah, basically, she kind of just gets, enveloped by his power, and at the same time like fully blames herself for his death, and
overcome.
Overcome. So yeah, I think that's been his plan.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he wasn't doing too good at it before, because like he killed those 3 boys and that coach. She was pretty okay with it. I mean, she wasn't okay with it. She's like, man, that's crazy that happened. And that was it.
Yeah, no, I think a problem that I had with this story overall in the writing is that it's way too fast-paced, where we don't really get an idea of how characters are supposed to feel about certain events. We're just always like, okay, on to the next thing. You should assume how this character feels.
There's a lot of scenes.
Yeah.
But not a lot of story.
Yeah. Because, I can kind of make some assumptions that she was, like, kind of, like, messed up about that, but we really don't see it. So, like, it really is an assumption, and you could easily have the assumption that you had, where it's like, oh, she didn't care, really. And it's like...
I mean, if you don't show me it...
Yeah.
If you don't show me the consequence of the character reacting to anything, then it didn't happen.
Yeah.
I mean, you can verbally reference it even, which this book sometimes does. They're like, man, you were really beat up about that.
Yeah.
I am like, that dead body in the suitcase.
Yeah.
What? Okay, so the police officer guy finds the dead body, and then Viper comes as like, you gotta sign an NDA. You found something that's ours, and we're taking it back. And like, I don't think that's legally binding. I think it's just meant to intimidate. And it works on him. And then his sister comes home and posts those photos.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't even know how she knows to hashtag the cult. The cult that people aren't supposed to know exists? Like, is she part of it?
No.
Is Canon part of it?
No. She is not part of the cult. But I thought that by the time she posts about it, the video was posted. But no, that was earlier, I guess.
The video of what?
The video of the master being all like, we're gonna come out of the shadows.
Oh yeah, that was way later.
Yeah.
Why is everything a hashtag?
'Cause social media.
Scary. Yeah, her brother confronting her on like why did you post that stuff that I said would put us in danger? And she's like, what's the big deal? I deleted it right away. And then he ends up also hanging himself? Question mark.
No, I don't think so.
Does someone hangs themselves, and then we never see him again anyway. We just see Canon, so
I hadn't really thought about that, but I didn't think that he was.
I thought Viper came across his body because she's like,
oh yeah, there's the scene. Yeah, I see it.
Anyway, Canon's real beat up about it too.
Yeah, we never see her react to that. I didn't.
We don't see her react to her.
I'm so mad. I gotta go fight Armor about it.
Yeah.
Well, she doesn't even do that for like so many issues. And why Armor?
I don't know.
Yeah, something about like believing that she's like, like an actual like demon monster, or something. Even though
yeah, because she asks if Hisako's Oni.
Yeah, an Oni.
Oh yeah, the Oni. Mm-hmm. Okay, also like Hisako being posted online after like her motorcycle crash or whatever, and everybody keeps describing it as like, what's that pink goop on her? And then also hashtag Armor Girl. I'm like, what do you mean? You just said everybody calls it goop. Nobody ever mentions it being armor except for May, who like knows Hisako. So who came up with that hashtag? Who decided that? And why do they keep calling it goop anyway? I don't know.
It is
I keep
a little
getting
weird
caught
how
up on these
this
small things.
book wants to have its cake and eat it too, where it's like, oh, it's a new universe where people don't know about the X-Men or mutants, except
but May
there are still
immediately
naturally born mutants, and they still call themselves the X-Men. And they still call themselves all their normal, like, Earth 1 names.
Yeah.
616, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Even that part where May is like, we should call ourselves, the X-Men. I'm like, where? From what?
Well,
based on what?
Yeah, it's totally, like, just a, like... Yeah, pretty shoehorned because she's like, because we all get X's on our grades, we're all bad students.
Yeah, which I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah. And then, somebody's all like, I'm a good student, actually. But yeah, it is kind of just, shoehorned in, like I said, and same with what you were saying, Jake, that it's like definitely like characters. It almost like too, because this is all in Japan, of course. So like you have like every single Japanese X-Men, that like, or well, a lot of them are Japanese American, but still it's like, just Armor and, Surge. May is a new character for this universe, but Canon is a version of Psylocke. Akihiro. Yeah, they're all just like, and even like there's some side characters too that I was like on the Wikipedia and I was like, I've heard this name before. And it's like Yukio is technically a character, like that's like a ninja, but it's like, oh, she's just a streamer in this universe.
Yeah, that was weird. I didn't know why there was
At least she had goals.
I guess.
She just...
I don't know.
I don't even know how she knows that Hisako is going to be in that random field having a meltdown. Why was Hisako in that field? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
And then... go fight something or beat something up or you just ride a motorcycle or something.
You just need a field to have a meltdown in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like there was that time Spider-Man tore down that building that was set to be demolished, and I guess there just wasn't a condemned building anywhere in Japan.
Ridiculous. Which field are we talking about also? I'm sorry.
It's the one time... I mean, I remember it because Hisako actually shows some emotion for once.
Oh,
I guess
know.
Things have been wearing down on her.
I see what you mean. Yeah, I'm on the... Yeah.
Did she stalk her to that field? I don't know.
I guess so.
People are just there to like talk to each other, and then like they'll talk to each other. She broke her phone, and then they cut away, and then they never like. The girl's like, yeah, at least I got the footage. Like, put it online or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Did they just walk away after she broke her phone?
Right.
Did she run away? I don't know. In general, like, also the cult, like, actually focus on the cult for a moment. They're like, they're stoking fear by saying persecutors, we must stand against our persecutors. But what was happening to the mutants before the cult was, like, a big deal. Like, we never hear any of that.
Yeah. And also a weird thing, I haven't read all of these books in this universe, but, like, it seems like a lot of mutants are just, like, more, like, disproportionately in Asia and Eurasia, basically. Like, that's just where they pop up more, it seems like. And there's also, like, a secret police called Hand that the Maker, like, basically, like, he handpicks mutants to become part of, to, like, basically, work as secret police.
Are they gonna do something?
I don't know. Good question.
At some point, somebody may do something.
Yeah. I mean, I could also see, like, I was talking about creative liberty earlier, and I'm like, oftentimes people want things to be connected, but not too connected. Otherwise, it feels like, again, they're shoehorning too much in from other books, and you feel like you have to, know what's going on. But at the same time, you if they don't do that, you're asking questions like this, like, well, where's all the other mutants? Why are they all in Japan? Like, you throw a rock in Japan and there's a mutant, but in New York there's none.
Yeah, and then, like, thinking about one of the later scenes when the cult finally comes out and, like, it seems like they're about to attack the crowd because they pull off their cloaks pretty dramatically. And then they do a media interview.
Yeah.
And then the people who were there, like the protesters who were there, who were like, mutants attacked us. I'm like, is that a thing?
Well, yeah, we did see there was, like, the other branch of the church, basically. And they were all like, this is a test from the master or something. And then so they, like, attack the protesters. And then immediately the master, like, disavows them. It's all like...
Okay.
Yeah.
Am I getting the two mixed up then? Is the media interview different from attacking the protesters?
Yes. I think that is the case.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So then they got signs.
Yeah, because, they rip off the cloaks. Yeah. And then there's the scene where Hisaoko, accidentally strangles the mom who's, like, asking her about her son.
Yeah. They come to confront Hisaoko for some reason.
Right.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, you could make another claim that Shinobu probably planted it in their minds or something.
Right. Yeah. And then Natsu kills her mom, and then the master drinks some mutant blood, I guess, to be more powerful for whatever reason.
To do his speech?
To do his interview, yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. Anyway.
Also, do we have any reasoning why Shinobu's obsessed with Hisaoko? Like, did he know she was a mutant?
Yeah, I don't know. No, I've read a little bit past volume 2 now, just like an issue, I think. And I guess, like, the only thing I can get is that they're both, like, very strong in their mutant power, I guess.
Well, he didn't know that.
Yeah, like, that's... But also, it doesn't seem like the most, like, OP power either. Like, I mean, it's pretty good, But I mean, even Canon can like basically form her own like armor and with a sword.
Yeah, one's defensive, one's offensive, is what she says.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that, but generally, I liked a lot of what was happening in this comic in terms of like, I guess, plot and structure. Like there was a lot of interesting pieces to it. A big part of the problem that I had would definitely be the pacing, where it's just like, suddenly things are happening, and I just feel like there was not enough stay with something and with a character. And that's also why I felt like earlier I said that I felt like this was also going month to month, like in terms of like time in the story versus time in publishing. Because like sometimes they would just go to the next issue and I'd be like, well, it feels like stuff was supposed to have happened that I don't really know exactly, And also I think that this happens in issue 13 or something, which we didn't read for this coverage, but I think that they're like starting their second year of high school, and I'm like, wow, okay, we're in our second year of high school, so definitely some time passed. Yeah.
Yeah. I think, yeah, what you said, I don't know what consequences are going to happen to the cult if they're too exposed, question mark?
Yeah. And I also...
Or Hisoako, or anybody. Yeah.
Right. And it's also not entirely clear, like, what the cult's purpose is to the Maker's Council. How does the cult control mutants as like a group, like, and what is the ultimate plan, Also another thing, I'd really thought that in this episode we would get to avoid a lot of this Maker stuff, but another aspect of it is also that in basically the Maker had gotten trapped in like a temporal anomaly thing called the city, and so they had like 2 years basically where he wouldn't be around at all. And so part of that also is that like the Maker's Council is like having infighting and like trying to like gain control, because they're power hungry evil people.
Cool.
So yeah, that also might be an aspect of like what their plan is with Children of the Atom, but I don't know. I don't know.
I can't wait for more characters to be introduced.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot going on. Like you said, at times it feels like there's scenes missing, character reactions missing.
Yeah.
Explanations missing. I wrote a lot of things, but this means nothing to me. I wonder what that was in reaction to. Okay, so one of the main things I wrote is barely anything feels intentional. It's just a mismatch of events. Mishmash, I probably meant. Yeah. I don't know. Things happen. Something else may happen soon.
Yeah.
I mean, I did find Shinobu interesting. He feels like the most character, like the character that's gotten the most explanation for a lot of things.
Interesting.
As far as like, well, they just have a lot of scenes of like, showing him within the cult. And I do really like how him and Surge, I think is what she wants to be called.
Yeah.
Are like, well, I don't actually buy what the cult is saying, but I'm gonna stay here anyway. But for what benefit? I guess I think that's implied that like they get more powerful or something.
Yeah, I think
Maybe they get to drink more blood.
yeah. Yeah, basically, I mean, the cult is doing experiments on mutants and making them progressively more powerful. So yeah, and she believes that her inherent value is within the amount of like power through violence she can, do to others.
Yes, I know what she stands for. I don't know what Hisaoko stands for. That's probably my main problem with this.
Yeah. Yeah. And, that kind of is Hisako is like her counterpart in 616 is one of those it's the early one of the early 2000s kind of reader POV characters, like it's all like a new fresh face for the X-Men that like, is learning the ropes while, being around all of the classic team members kind of thing.
She doesn't even learn the ropes.
Well, no, but I mean her counterpart.
Okay.
Yeah. But
sorry, I forgot I also wrote that. I was like, are they gonna ever discuss like how their powers work? Are they gonna train?
yeah.
They're okay. They're good at it already.
Mm-hmm.
Or they're not, and they'll lose to someone stronger, but we won't know why.
Right. Yeah. Man, and it is in the next issue also there's like a part where like they're fighting together, but it's like I think it's a dream or something, but like that's also like, it's like, oh, it's right there, they could work as a team, and figure out how their powers work and stuff, but it's all a dream.
They immediately are ready to team up against Shinobu after like talking for one scene.
You gotta fight that nerve.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess, nothing feels earned to me.
That's fair. Did you want to get into your feelings about the art now?
Oh, yeah. It's very nice art. It is not suited to a lot of this. In my opinion. And by a lot of this, I mean like, so in the beginning, there's a lot of scenes that are meant to be creepy, spooky, and sometimes it works. Tsubasa's face is creepy at times, seeing him hanging. The reaction shots from Hisaoko and some of the other people are almost too animated, too cartoony, exaggerated in certain ways where they feel very fluid, like there's going to be movement, but it doesn't suit a scene like finding someone's hanging body. It makes it feel cartoonish and comedy-like. So like that coach's body being found, that was like the first part where I was like, oh my gosh, that's not a great shot. Like the lady is supposed to be going back in horror, and it just does not hit.
I like that.
You like that panel in specific?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
yeah, but that's just how I feel.
I also like how, in general, like this is more the first issue, but how weird Hisaoko is drawn sometimes. It's like she's like, it's kind of refreshing to see a woman character that's like allowed to be like drawn kind of off model.
Yeah.
It actually lets it feel like they're like feeling emotions and not like stoically crying somewhere.
It does feel like it lost some of that after the first two issues.
I think, and this is something I saw online, so I won't take credit, but I think writing and like illustrating is kind of catching up after. I mean, this was a years of work, and there's some, not a huge downgrade, but like that first issue is a lot more unique, I suppose.
I mean, yeah, you probably can spend more time on it. It's like a pilot episode kind of thing. I'm assuming.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I just think, yeah, even with the scenes like where Shinobu's supposed to be kind of creepy, Shadow King. Oh my god, I forgot that was his.
Also,
name.
legacy character, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
But normally, like Egyptian. and like is on a Professor X level of being a psychic.
Yeah.
The moment I realized he was a psychic, I was like, oh, Professor X.
Mm-hmm.
I know
Yeah.
something about X-Men.
Is there Professor X in the Ultimate Universe currently?
No. I think that basically part of what the Maker did was make sure that there was no leaders for mutants. And so that's part of why they are all continue to be in the shadows in the modern day. He basically was the FBI. No.
Yeah, I mean they got rid of Magneto too, so
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think that there's some like really great art also though in the second volume too that I really enjoy.
Some of the scenes with like Tsubasa feel like still and interesting, and then I feel like we never get something like that again for the most part. There's also like I don't know, it kind of ties in with how I feel about the story as far as like there's not a lot of build up to like what feels like important scenes. Like I know May is it's supposed to be sudden that she like does that wind power stuff, you know, the big splash page.
Right.
But also it feels jarring in a like unintentional way. I don't know. Even with like the school scene where they like it's supposed to be creepy. They're walking to the school. The security guard comes up behind them, and then they see creepy room Shinobu made, decorated creepy. I don't know. In general, I didn't find his shadow guy that creepy. A lot of times, they just didn't use a ton of dark spaces at first.
Yeah.
It depends on the panel. There's a few panels where I'm like, okay, it's a little creepy, and then others where just like. Even when they're at the festival and their little yukatas, I think, like the summer festival. And then there's the eye in the sky, maybe? A storm eye, something.
Oh yeah, I think I was just
Remember where they all look up?
yeah.
And then it just cuts away and we don't even address that. But I had trouble sometimes the art not necessarily communicating what I think it was communicating. I don't know. I wouldn't like. I didn't get to see the characters in relation to the sky, so I was like, I'm assuming they're all looking up at this thing. It doesn't even look like something you'd see in the sky normally. Nobody else is reacting to it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a lot of shots like that.
Yeah, to me, I feel like there's a lot of like because Peach Momoko comes from a cover illustration background. I think that. To me, she's still building up her, narrative storytelling through like panels skill, you know? Because, it's just like, sometimes it works really well, but like, having the like appropriate emotional impacts. Like, I'm looking at the scene where Natsu accidentally kills her mom, and that does have emotional impact through some of the art and, like, of course, the dialogue and words, but it also, like, I would have probably done, like, at least a half splash, you know, rather than, like, taking up only a quarter of the page for, like, to see that she's, like, you know, blasted through the eyeball. I don't know, it just feels like there's not as much thought put into how the individual images interact with each other. There might be some thought in how the total page looks as like a whole, but I feel like sometimes how the story's flowing is just not really the primary focus.
In general, there's some not great compositions. Unfortunately, that stand out to me.
Yeah.
And like things sometimes feel squished into panels, like a first draft. I don't know. I wonder if it's a thing of like rushing, because there's like something I immediately noticed is typically when you do close-ups for impact, you add more details to like enhance, you know, people pay more attention to that panel. It's bigger, there's more details, tends to be more serious usually then.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't see a lot of that. Like, she started to do it later on with, like, characters being farther away, they'll have, like, dot eyes instead.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard for me to say, like, that she's not doing it.
Right.
But also, yeah.
Yeah.
Even Shinobu panels, it's just funny to me half the time. So I wrote, one of the first things I wrote was like, this art style seems really suited to like a slice of life, slightly action packed comedy versus like creepiness.
Interesting. Yeah. But she
I
loves
might be
doing the
too
creepy.
horror pilled though.
Yeah.
I'm like, this isn't creepy at all.
Yeah. And I mean, like, yeah, there is something to be said for, like, honestly, I struggled to figure out what the target audience for this was also at times.
Okay, I showed this comic to someone. I complained about what I had to say. And they went, oh, yeah, but that's written for kids when they looked at it. And I was like, I don't think so.
Yeah, but sometimes it does feel that way. But also there is definitely stuff where it's like, that seems a little too mature. So, yeah, I feel like it's... sometimes I'm feeling like, yeah, this is lighthearted and whatever. And then other times I'm like, whoa.
I think I'm supposed to be scared of them.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Anyway, drink that blood. That one guy who was like... Okay, so there's the one scene where they're all, like, online people are, like... They're like, oh, the mutants are being bullied. Like, I feel bad for this cult, etc. Mm-hmm. And the one guy goes, they did human sacrifices. I wrote, that guy's the only voice of reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, it's cute art.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes really seems tonally mismatched to me. Those covers were great, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. No, like I said at the beginning of the episode, I love a Peach Momoko cover. It's so hard for me not to buy them sometimes. Like, ooh, that one looks so good. I think
I saw this art online in the past, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. I like their designs for this stuff. Mm-hmm. This is my first time reading something from them, though.
Yeah. And I think, I'm trying to remember, she's written and drawn this. And then she also, for Marvel, did... Demon Days, which was another like Japan Marvel universe, except for it's all everything, you know, all of Marvel is in Japan basically, and it's like feudal Japan, I think. But yeah, so she wrote that, and then she might have like one independent thing, if I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, that's kind of, otherwise she's only done cover.
Okay.
Yeah.
This series is like up to 22 issues now?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah, and it's it'll probably only get 24 issues. Basically all of the Ultimate titles are ending after 2 years.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
If you believe Marvel. I still have reservations. I think they're going to end it with, I think it's Ultimate Endgame is the big event. Mm-hmm. And then it will be relaunched in some form or fashion.
Maybe. But, like, yeah, I mean, does that mean that Hisako's story is over? Or do you think it'll relaunch with her? Or will it be new series? You know, we don't know. And I don't know if you have a guess for that.
Insider.
I don't have any like inside information.
No.
But if at least the titles that people like, because there's some that people don't. I think like people are kind of mixed on Ultimate Wolverine and.
Yeah, I kind of fell off of Ultimate Black Panther, honestly. I really wanted to like it, and then I was like, wow, this is only doing kind of interesting things with the mythos. Otherwise, it just kind of feels like I'm reading Black Panther normally.
Yeah, so I think some of the popular ones will probably stay.
Interesting.
keep the. Well, I guess it depends on if Peach Momoko is like willing to continue writing.
Yeah, well, the
'Cause
thing,
this, unlike
I don't know.
Ultimate Spider-Man, like you could do more with just the different writer. Like I like what oh, I had his name in my head and now I'm blanking on it. It like it's good writing, it's good, but it's not like he's not also illustrating that book.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, to my understanding anyway, it seemed like when the news was announced, Peach Momoko was all like, hey, I really liked doing this book, and it kind of sucks that it's ending. So that's why I feel like it is actually ending, and like, you know, it's against kind of her wishes. But the official Marvel story is that this was always the plan and everybody knew, but it seems like some writers and artists were not necessarily in on that plan.
I just feel like even if that was the plan, like these are some of your best-selling books and provide a lot of like positive word of mouth.
You're giving
online,
Marvel
unlike...
you're giving Marvel a lot of credit that they will make a good business decision in this era.
Coming off a truly terrible Spider-Man run.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't you like swerve that? Maybe, I don't know. Like you kept Krakoa going for way longer than you should have, but like you're not going to keep Ultimates going.
Yeah. They just like kind of screwing Jonathan Hickman.
Yeah, I guess.
Anyway, we kind of...
Enough about art.
Yeah, enough about art. Let's just... So, as far as our theme for cults, do we feel like there was anything in particular about how this comic portrayed cults?
I wish there was more.
Yeah.
But there are two parts about the cult that I really liked. The certain, like, a part of the cult takes the leader's vague words incorrectly. Well, correctly, in that, yes, he did mean that as a call to violence. And then when people called him out, it was like, we would never ask our members to, like, do violence. Peace is a core tenet of the children of Adam. Like I appreciate that because that's something that happens. And then when the Shadow King is talking to Akihiro, he's like, "What are you, dumb? The world's not going to end."
Yeah.
I do like that.
That's less with the cult, but it's like, yeah, this thing you dedicated your life to, it's not real.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a sad cult. All you gotta do is post some photos online, and you can take them down.
Yeah.
You can make them scurry.
Yeah. No, I'm sure we'll discuss in comparison in our retrospective episode in a few weeks, but yeah, definitely you know, like thinking about 20th Century Boys, it's like, oof, these guys are just a little baby cult. You know?
I mean, despite having members that all have like powers and thus, like, you know, could, in theory, could do violence in a myriad of ways.
Right.
But they're supposed to like not bring their phones, right? And all it takes is like someone bringing their phone.
Yeah.
It's like, this is so dumb.
Yeah.
Somebody get them. We don't see any enforcers either. It's interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting too. I agree. It's like, yeah, it seems like, you know, it's one of those classic, like, there's the big bad guy and then the like kind of hench bad guy, you know, mini boss, like, and so that's like Viper and the Master, and it's all like, you better take care of this, you know, otherwise we have no use for you. And it's like, that's just poor management. The guy obviously needs some help, you know, and like what are you gonna do when you kill him? Like, are you gonna take over the cult? Like
Yeah, why don't you do that already?
Right. Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously he's gonna be like a scapegoat, right?
Right. Yeah.
But also, yeah, it really is mismanagement. He's not very good at it, it seems like, if they're able to crumble after a few social media posts.
I mean, it's hard not to crumble after there's a body discovered that has a direct tie to your cult, and it all gets posted online.
How do
Most
you know that
organizations
it's direct?
would fold,
Yeah, but also
I mean-
they're
especially if your cult's like
wish.
100 people in one town.
yeah, but also
Okay, but
they're-
so like they say that the police are completely under their thumb.
yeah, no, that's what I was about to say too. Is that the cult is backed by the World Secret Society, so like even the what was it, meat case, the body parts in the suitcase, that gets scrubbed from being online, and then people are like, oh, nobody's talking about this anymore, and yeah, so it's like, I don't know, it seems like he has a lot working for him also to be able to get rid of this stuff. I don't know, but we don't get the inner workings either, like, I don't know. Yeah.
Some of that, like, yeah, the political intrigue of the infighting of the Makers Council or whatever. Sounds really interesting.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
That would be. Yeah, I mean, honestly, because, like, the person that's supposed to be the leader of the Asian region of the world is supposed to be, what's his name, Sunfire, and we just haven't seen him at all. He has not shown up. Viper is the mini boss to him, so it's like we've not even seen the real big bad in a whole year's worth of issues.
Why did Viper even leave that NDA with him?
To spook him.
Don't talk about our suitcase.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was supposed to be like a, yeah, basically
Reminder.
like, yeah, we control you, you think that you...
How?
Because
I don't think that's how NDAs work.
No, they're the world government.
I know. I know it's just symbolic, but
Yeah.
it kills me. It's such an odd cult. I don't get a sense that it's managed very much. Like you said, that's just kind of like Viper's there to be like, you better do things right.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
even know what the Maester's like motivation is beyond not dying.
Yeah. No, I don't either. Like, I thought that it was
Was he
gonna...
in the process of running away when he drank that blood?
I don't think so. No.
He's just like in a regular outfit with a backpack. Is that just his normal day?
Yeah. I have no idea.
I guess I gotta read more, right?
Yeah. It's only, 13 more issues? Or, no, that's not right. 10 more issues? Yeah, 10 more issues to go. And then you'll be caught up. And then I think 2 more issues after that will come out, probably. Yeah.
Okay.
I did think that the Master was going to be some version of Mr. Sinister, and then it was like, no, Mr. Sinister's way cooler and like does
Yeah, he reminded me of Adam Sandler in Hotel Transylvania.
You're right. That's also where I was like, am I supposed to be laughing at him?
Like, he's supposed to be like, I think we're supposed to see him as like an ineffectual leader because he is getting, like, his plans are getting ruined by some school children.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
He is a Scooby-Doo villain.
I'm not even scared of Viper though.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, like, yeah, at this point in the story, she's just supposed to be, like, mysterious, Not necessarily scary, but maybe just in this context.
Can't even
of-
handle one NDA.
You're really caught up on the NDA. That really bothered you.
The man hangs himself. His sister does not care.
I really don't know if that was the police officer brother.
I'll find it. Either that or
I
he
thought
just
that was
leaves.
like, because the next scene is that X-Acto knife dude hanging his feet off the side of the school. I thought that's what that was supposed to mean.
Okay, I also was like, where did that guy go? That's like his last scene.
You just have a character show up, have the coolest fight in the whole book in the rain
I know!
with a motorcycle, and then leave.
The motorcycle is so cool, and I don't even understand why Hisaoko rides it. It seems mismatched with her personality.
Oh, well, I mean...
it's her dad's old bike.
Yeah. Did you read the back matter stuff?
What does that mean?
Like the little, like, you know, when after the story's finished and it's like...
I was doing it sometimes.
Okay, yeah, so in one of those they explain the bike and stuff.
Yeah, what do they explain?
They just that it's yeah, her dad's old bike and her mom's biker outfit, basically.
Okay, so that is an example of we thought of this thing and we've come up with a solution on why we're going to use it, in my opinion.
That's fair.
But the cool fight, though. How do you have the cool fight if she doesn't ride the bike?
Yeah. I will
Does
say,
she have
too...
a dad?
I mean, she has a dad.
Is he dead?
Yeah, I think.
We'll never know. Hisaoko won't shed a tear, at least.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like it happened a long time ago. She might have moved past it.
She's over it.
Not every death has to be, like, character defining. Sometimes people's dads
None of them
are
will
just
be.
dead.
That's crazy, Jake.
It happens!
This is supposed to be a character-driven story.
Yeah. All right. So let's
She's
get
also
back on
kind of
track.
forgot about Tsubasa.
Yeah, a little bit maybe. Let's see here. So I think that's all we have for the cult aspect of this. Are we curious about how the story continues?
What is Shinobu's plan?
You know, sometimes,
You just want to date
Characters with-
somebody.
yeah, you'll meet a girl once and then imagine your entire life with her. You know? It
Yeah.
happens, I guess.
Yeah, and build a little closet shrine to her and psychologically manipulate her until you have complete control.
It's so easy. And yet he made it look so hard and he dragged it out for so long. Is he really that powerful?
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I think that I think I want to see kind of what we've talked about a little bit, like a little bit more of like what's the deal with the cult? Why does it exist? You know, a little bit more explanation, but not in like a overly exposition way. But like, yeah, and like, yeah, getting some closure with some of these characters and some real like feelings.
It sounds like, based on what you've said, Cody, about this book in general, that I could benefit from some more world building in being given to me by this story as it continues.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it would benefit from that. Because, yeah, there's a lot of, like, hinting at it or, like, reference, you know, a little bit, but not...
I found out about the Maker by finally deciding on the 12th issue to read that first little blurb.
Yeah.
Was it going to tell me any other way?
No.
Does it matter?
No.
Okay.
But yes,
What
also...
about you, Jake?
I mean, I did read it just because, I mean, it wasn't a foreword, but I mean, I also knew what the gimmick of the new Ultimate Universe is, so that didn't affect me as much.
Yeah.
This is my first time learning about it.
Fair. Yeah. Yeah, this is also kind of like we last theme we read Absolute Superman, and so this is kind of Marvel's similar-ish answer to that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it totally does.
Yeah, but they're not canceling the Absolute series
No.
in like 8 months.
So what would you like to see, Jake, for as this continues / ends?
I kind of want to see more fights if they're as good as, but like it's going to be hard to beat Motorcycle Fight in the Rain.
Fair.
Yeah, Surge didn't
like-
really live up to it.
Oh wow, that was a bad fight. She just like broke her rings, which I think were like power restrictors, and then she got shot with more lightning, which somehow solved that problem.
I didn't even remember that.
Yeah, I didn't either. It was a pretty forgettable fight. Like, I mean, I remember generally what happens, but not the finer details.
Then like I presume
were they
there was
fighting?
a fight with because Surge was.
Oh yeah, I mean, I know, I know that, but like, what was the point? Was she just like, and I'm gonna beat you up?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
They'll teach you a lesson.
Yeah, I mean, I think
You won't go after people's dads after this.
Yeah. I think that also, it like, you know, Surge kind of says, like, it's a coincidence, you know, she wasn't seeking May out, but once they ended up, you know, in front of each other, it was, I think that Surge probably feels a little bit insecure with somebody else having, like, electric-based powers, too.
I mean, yeah, she says stuff about, you know, having to be the strongest. That was another thing. It's like, just make it intentional. Just seek it out. Somebody do something.
Yeah, on purpose, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jake wants more fights.
Yeah, there was a part of me that, like, reading this, and I was like, you know, sometimes I was like, whoa, cool art. And I was like, man, is this what it was like in the 90s to be a Todd McFarlane fan and read Spawn? Like, you know, like first you start with the cover art and you're like, yeah, this is so cool. And then it goes into interiors, and then he writes his own thing. And then you're all like, well, the story's like a little lacking at sometimes, but man, it's cool fights. It's cool Todd McFarlane artwork.
His compositions are pretty good, though. Alright.
Woof. No, but I mean, yeah, it's, you know, different strengths and different aspects. Because I would say that
a comic page is different than a cover.
Yeah. Yeah, it will also, but also if we're directly comparing Spawn and this book, you know, I think that the writing's a lot better in this.
Yes.
Even if it struggles in certain
Maybe
aspects.
I'm remembering through rose-tinted glasses how... I don't even remember what Spawn had.
Yeah.
Some cool church, you got a perch on a church.
Yeah, he does that.
That's cool.
True. All right. We've kind of gone a little bit long, so this is we're out of time for our episode. This has been our review of Ultimate X-Men by Peach Momoko and translation by Zach Davison. If you liked this episode, be sure to follow us on Twitter at @TheComicPanel1 and listen to more of us on Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts. Our title is The Comic Panel Podcasts. You can also listen to us on kcuaradio.com or 91.5 FM in Fairbanks, Alaska. Be sure to tune in 2 weeks from now for our next comic book around the theme of cults. I'm Cody.
I'm Jacob.
And I'm Shawenta.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.